This is my official love letter and thank you to everyone that helped my video on being unemployed for over 2.5 years go viral. This is my sincerest thanks, gratitude for your engagement, for your kindness, for your empathy, for sharing your stories and your pain and your radical vulnerability. If you've been following along with the story, you know that I have been fighting an eviction without an attorney since November due to non-payment of rent for obvious reasons, and that case was dismissed mid-April. However, although I was able to pay May's rent and 70% of June's rent with financial aid, I'm already back in the same boat and could receive another eviction notice at any time. Thank everybody who DM'd me, whether it be with job resources, references, referrals, just simply kind words. I'm still trying to get through all of those messages because there are hundreds. Thank you for taking time out of your lives and your days to think of me, some stranger on the internet. Thank you to everyone who has donated to my GoFundMe, whether you are a friend, a mutual, or a perfect stranger. You do not know how much that money has kept me afloat. Thank you to anyone who has reposted my videos, liked my videos, and just sat and listened to my story, because it's not just my story, it is hundreds of thousands of people's stories in this country. I've said it before that, obviously I was fighting for my literal housing, but this is also what I was fighting for, right? Like, I'm on the edge of the earth, I'm at the Golden Gate, I'm very privileged. In spite of all of the hardships, I am still extremely privileged. I'm still white, I'm still able-bodied, I'm still well-educated enough to know how to fight an eviction without an attorney. English is my native language. I'm not elderly. I have mental health issues, but not to the point where I can't function on a day-to-day basis. I wanted to share this Tuesday evening sunset with you, and to the people that gave $2, $5, $10, I know what that means. I know what that means. And we all need to get very comfortable with mutual aid, more specifically the mutual aid merry-go-round, wherein I get on the internet and beg for money so that I can keep my head above water. And every once in a while, I'm able to pay 2, 3, 4, 5 of those dollars forward to another comrade in need, or to a Palestinian family, because this is going to become more and more common. And the DOJ interference and the government federal layoffs, on top of how insane things have already been, coupled with AI, if you are comfortable, if you have 2 incomes, if you are gainfully employed, if you have $10,000 in your savings, now is the time to be educating yourself on tenants' rights and eviction processes, because the middle class is going to see an exponential increase in foreclosures and evictions. It will touch somebody in your family, it will touch a friend, a coworker, someone in your community. So educate yourself now, because I can assure you, once the poo hits the fan, you will not have the emotional, physical, psycho-spiritual bandwidth to learn what you need to learn, to do it alone. Because God knows legal aids are overworked as it is, and you will not be able to afford a for-profit attorney if you couldn't even find one that's able to take on your case. But you need to be researching your state, county, and city rental ordinances, tenant right protections, and eviction processes. You need to be doing it now, when you're quote-unquote comfortable. You are not alone. It is that bad. It will get worse. If you get an eviction notice, take a deep breath. That is not a legal document. You have not received a formal lawsuit, i.e. unlawful detainer from the courts. That is your landlord giving a warning. Take a deep breath. See my pin video. No one is coming to save us but us. If you are privileged enough to be born in the global north and in the American empire and the modern west, and or white, able-bodied, English-speaking, mental health, decent. Again, now is the time to research. If not for you, then for the people that you care about. Everyone, 2.5 million people who saw that video and resonated with it and engaged with it and were kind. Because for the people in those comments that were unkind and downright spiteful, I hope that when the poop hits the fan, people are kinder to you than you were to me and other people, because you're going to need it. We are all we have. There are multiple genocides happening, and they are being paid for with your tax dollars. Job Corps just got shut down, putting hundreds of thousands of youths on the street without education, without a job, without a future. Your tax dollars, of which apparently there are plenty, are being spent to arm is not real in the colonial project. If you do not see how the two are tied, 3 years into a Holocaust, then I don't know what to tell you. Thank you to the people that want to dream bigger and imagine something better into reality than what the colonial project has. Exercise your transcendent function. It is a muscle. It is a muscle. Empathy is a muscle. It doesn't come naturally to me. It doesn't come naturally to me. Outside of animals, it does not come naturally to me. Melissa, what radicalized you? Animal rights when I was very, very, very young. I've had to learn to exercise my empathy muscle when it comes to other human beings. Now is the time to be kind. I love you all. I love this community. I love this sacred dumpster fire of an app and this sacred container that it is. And I just want to say you are not alone once more. We are alone together. And I'm sending you all Care Bear stares.